So I thought I would do another vlog, I just about to say blog. I thought I would do another vlog about, about nothing really, but just to kind of get used to talking to the camera. I put a sticker there, so I'm still looking over there though. That's so weird. Anyway, just to kind of get used to the talking to the camera, and also like I wanted to clarify as well, like what happened in the last tour. Because I said I was so miserable. Um, so what happened was, like, I was not in a good frame of mind when I started the tour. Like, I'd never done anything like that before in my whole life. Like, I had I had obviously done long rides, long day rides. Like, I used to bike to Ashburton quite a bit, and I biked from Picton to Kaikoura once, and um, yeah, like I bike all around the Port Hills and like to Aotearoa and things like that. So when the tour came up, I was like, right, it's always been a bucket list thing. I'm gonna do it because that's the best time to do it. It's organized, everything's organized for me. There's a whole lot of other people doing it. If I get stuck, this will be really really cool. But when I got to Cape Reinga, like I wasn't the few months before that, I wasn't in a good frame of mind anyway. I was dealing with a couple of injuries, and that always kind of messes with my head a bit. So I had a brand new bike, and the bike, like the crank was broken. The crank broke on like the first day going up like the first hill. Um, the pedals were broken, like the threading was totally wrecked, and so they kept falling off. Stuff was just falling off my bike. So, and that was just the first day, and I ended up like so behind trying to fix stuff on my bike that I ended up sleeping on 90 Mile Beach that night. Which I swear to God, I'm still getting sand out of a lot of my bike gear. I swear to God, it's from 90 Mile Beach. But yeah, so as I sort of continued, I was like, oh my God, this is not for me. This wild sleeping, all these hills, the heat, the humidity, the headwinds. I hate this. I hate this so much. And I mean, a lot of it was just because I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared mentally. I was not prepared physically. Uh, and it was challenging. It was really really challenging. And I got to a point where, I was like, I'm gonna give up. This is it. Like, I'm just gonna get a bus back to Wellington, and then hop on the ferry, and then bus back to Christchurch. I do not ever want to ride a bike ever again. And this was somewhere like in the central North Island. And there was a guy. I just came off the timber trail, which was a really really low point for me. The timber trail. I don't talk about it very much, but it was a really really low point. And there was a guy at the end of the timber trail, and we were sort of talking, and he said he'd been following the tour. He said I should give up, that I should go home. I'm not gonna make it to Bluff. And I was just like, oh my God, he's right. He's absolutely right. So I went and sat um, in the Wanganui River and just sort of thought about my options. I was like, right, I can't do this. I'm gonna go. So there was another part of my brain that was like, at least do the next kilometer, and then when I finished that kilometer, I was like, right, do the next one. And so somehow I carried on. I rode through the night in some places, um, and the next thing I knew, I was in Wellington, and I was like, yes, I'm going home. I jumped on the ferry, and then when I got off at Picton, it was like this cool breeze just like came over me, and you see the big sign there, it says Christchurch, and I was like, oh my God, thank God I am home, like I'm so close to home. And then I talked to a girl at the backpackers that I stayed in Picton, because my whole intention was to jump on a bus and back to Christchurch. And she just done the Queen Charlotte. She said, she said, I'm so proud of you for, she didn't know me, but she was like, I'm so proud of you for getting this far. and I hadn't told her that I wanted to quit at that point. And so, I thought about it, and I was like, that whole trip through the North Island, there was one person who said that I shouldn't be out there, that I shouldn't be doing it, that I wouldn't make it. And there was like about 10 or 12 people that I had met and talked to who said, keep going. And I was like, I should be listening to those people, not that one guy who said I'm not going to make it to Bluff. And so I just carried on. I carried on, and I was a lot more positive in the South Island, because I think there was like that element of like, I know the South Island, I'm home, this is the mainland. And then miraculously I made it to Bluff. So I guess from what I was really feeling was like, I got into a really, really dark place, but I had to sort of recognize as well that, especially on the timber trail, like, I just wanted to just not do anything. And I literally had to sort of say to myself, right, well, you are the only one that can get yourself out of the timber trail, because you've got no reception. Sounds a bit schizo, doesn't it? But like, yeah, there was no reception, and I just wanted to quit. But literally, I was the only person that, and I think it's the same. It was the same with everything else. Like, I was the only person that could encourage myself, that could keep going, and to finish the ride. So I did end up finishing the ride, and I think what I learned from it was just like, it was it was a real self development type of experience, where like, I really learned that nobody can help me with how I'm feeling. Like, I have to do that myself. I have to pull myself out of those holes. So in terms of that, like, it was a really, really great experience. And then the other thing, I guess, was just the people that I met. Like I said, I met so many people who just wanted to talk and ask questions, and they were like, this is really cool. And they were so positive. They were so positive and so nice. I'll never forget how nice people were. Um, and that just, like, it gives you so much faith in humanity, kind of, that, complete strangers can be just so nice to people. So yeah, so like, I didn't really explain a lot about my experience, but in terms of being the miserable part, it was just basically because I was unprepared, both mentally and physically. Am I prepared this time, mentally and physically? Probably not. But I it'll be really, really interesting to do it again and see if I have actually grown as a person, and learned from that first tour. Not so much that they were mistakes, but just, I guess, I was so naive, and so yeah, just naive, I guess. Naive. So so it's been really cool watching the first wave this weekend. I've been like glued to my phone, um, watching the first wave of riders. So I'll post the link down below for the website where you can track the riders. I don't leave until wave 5, which is the 26th of February, and this has turned into a really long vlog. So I promised myself, like, I wouldn't be one of those. I wouldn't ramble on for hours and hours, but I'm gonna go now. But I just wanted to try this again and see what it was like. Thanks. I'll see you again.